Well, hello and welcome to today's video. Today you're going to see both my husband and I getting our yard ready for the spring and summer months. It's just going to be a nice cozy video where you can just sit back, relax. You're going to watch us trim the bushes, get them all shaped and ready, and you're going to just see how we prepare our yard. It does take both of us because it does take some work. Of course, a lot of this video I'm going to have to speed up because if I didn't, you would just be watching me trim the bushes a very long time. But anyway, I hope you're able to sit back, relax, maybe even get some tips for your own yard. We will be mulching in maybe another week or two. We're not going to have time to mulch today, but this just gets our yard prepared and ready for the mulch. And then, of course, we'll plant some flowers as well, but we won't be planting today. But I hope you're able to at least sit back, relax, watch, and enjoy, and just see how we trim our bushes and get our yard ready for the spring and summer months. Here you're going to see my husband and I finishing this back corner. He is trimming the back of the bush while I am starting to rake up and just kind of keep the trimmings tidied up as best as we can. And this is just one big bush. We do have a couple more big bushes that you'll see later in the video. And then of course we'll get all the small bushes in between. But we're just going to keep finishing up this corner, so I'm going to let y'all finish watching us do that. And then you're going to see us get to the rest of the yard here in just a little bit. You can see the bush is starting to take a nice rounded shape, which is what we wanted. We love how it just softens that back corner. We almost have it there. We still have a little bit more work to do, but I would say altogether it took us about maybe 15 to 20 minutes to get it completely trimmed. And you can see when I am doing the trimming, he's raking, or when he's doing the trimming, I'm raking. And then, of course, he will do the weed eating. He likes to weed eat a nice border along the flower bed. Weed eater is way too heavy for me to hold, so I will not even try. But yeah, he will do the weed eating and get that nice border. So that way when we go to mulch, we'll have a nice stopping point where the mulch will sit right there along the grass. It's looking better.
Yeah.
Maybe as the week's going on, I can trim it more. Let's just try. So I hope y'all are enjoying me and my husband and cleaning up our yard, just making it a cozy cleanup yard day. You can see, you saw how the bush was super huge. I did trim it down to a more rounded look. My husband helped me to get the back because it can be a little bit more hard to get back there, but he was able to get that. You can see that it actually has more breathing room. It's going to be able to grow more healthy, and of course the spring is a great time to trim all of our bushes, and that's when we choose to do it. So now this is nicely trimmed, and all I have to do is just maintain it throughout the spring and summer. And over here, the little round bush, I'm just going to make it a little more rounded out. It does look nice and healthy. So so we'll just clean that up a little bit. And eventually we will mulch. We like to cut everything back, make it all nice and neat, and then see how much mulch we need. So that will come on another day. But you can see this looks a whole lot better. I did find some gloves. These are old gloves, but hey, they work. So we're gonna quickly trim this. I'm just gonna show you. Yes, I'm cutting the flowers, but it's gonna allow it to grow more round. Just kind of shape it. I don't do a whole lot to it. It still looks pretty good. And if you're wondering, that is a bumblebee flying around me. There must be bumblebees living back here because they're all around. But anyway, just trim it a little bit, just enough. I do want to keep it rounded and let the flowers grow. A little bit at the top that has room to go out and upward. And that is it for that. So now I'm going to turn y'all to the rest of the yard and let y'all watch me trim the bushes. Do you want me to round this out like it into a bush?
How do you like it?
Alright, next I'm focusing on these. You can see how these are both uneven. My goal is to get them even, like the ones you saw that I just trimmed. For now, I'm just going to trim them as best I can, and hopefully I can make this one even with that one eventually. We'll see how far I get today. But sit back, relax, and enjoy as I trim. this looks a lot better. You can see how they're more rounded. I did go ahead and trim in between just so they can hopefully grow a little more out and upward. And I did get them almost pretty even, so I'm happy with this. I'm gonna just continue to let them grow. I'll maintain them and trim them, and we'll see how they do. All right, these are the last 2 bushes in the backyard. You still have to trim the front, but that's a lot quicker section. I don't know if I'll film that for y'all. Maybe I will, but anyway. In this corner, I'm currently trimming a Texas sage bush, and then next to it we have a crepe myrtle bush. They both look very nice in this corner, and they bloom beautiful flowers. So for now, I'm just going to kind of clean it up, trim the bushes, and get it ready for the mulch. I'm not sure if I'm going to trim that crepe myrtle bush because I like how it looks, and I may give it 1 more year and then trim it next year. So let's go ahead and finish this corner, and then we'll have our backyard ready for the mulch. I finished trimming this bush. You can see it's a lot more rounded and shaped, so it'll be easy to maintain throughout the spring and summer months. I changed my mind on the crepe myrtle bush because I want to let it grow a little bit more. It's only a couple of years old, so we're going to let it grow 1 more year, and then maybe I'll look into shaping it or trimming it next year. And we live in Texas, so not only do I have to deal with all the bugs here, but the ants are huge. I tried to pick up the old monkey grass here to get out of the way, and there came the ants. We deal with that a lot here, so my husband will be taking care of that. Had to quickly throw my gloves off, otherwise I would have got ant bites all over. So thankfully I caught throwing my gloves off in time, so I don't have to worry about that. But anyway, we're done with this session. I'm gonna go share 1 more area with you, talk about it a little bit more, and then I think we'll call it a day. We have to just see how many bags of mulch we need, and we may sprinkle some plants throughout. They're nice for the spring months, but that we're not going to share today because we don't have time to do all that, but maybe another day. Anyway, I'm going to go to 1 more area and talk about it a little bit more. Okay, so I came back to this area because I wanted to share 1 more idea with you that we wanted to do. One thing we thought about doing is we usually plant some stuff in this area depending on the season. We're going to actually add some stone in this area because when there's no plants, the weeds like to come up. So we're going to add maybe some flagstone in this area. Also keep the truck, even though it's rusty, it adds character. And then probably put maybe a little bit of monkey grass throughout it as well. So that concludes this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you are liking what I'm sharing with you, just a lot of cozy stuff. I know a lot of you like my decluttering videos. We'll be sharing some more of that, but today it was just a cozy yard cleanup. And hey, we're actually decluttering as well. I had to trim all these plants to get all the clutter out of the way so they can grow. So again, if you enjoy it, I hope you like, come back, subscribe, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye.